fans, I'm Kachuri, and welcome to today's Link to Pass Invitational League match between WJPDTB versus Team Hime. We got Willard and JP for WJPDTB, and Dragonstrike and Kermit. Yesterday was game one between these two teams, where JP and DT, using some nice splash deletes, got the upper hand on the enemy team. Well, not enemy team, but Team Hime, sorry. Wow. I was talking about League there for a second. Anyway, like the other League of Legends. Weird thing. Today we are doing co-op info share all dungeons. So both the green team and the blue team will have to split, divide, and conquer and give info on where all the items are between all the dungeons and all the overworld to get both teams to the finish line first. Both players. Joining me today in tracking is Cool Papa Bell 2282 and Jackson. Looks like we're already off. And our restreamer today is Pull Float. All right, so the Hyrule Castle map is in Sanctuary and $20 in Link's house. All right. So we see Willard going for the Houlihan Strike. Get some easy early money. JP is going to check our tier 1 tree pool here through the sign at the guard to find out that's just hearts. Kermit from Team Hime is moving towards to see if Aga 1 may be required. Uncle gives us a fire rod. Always nice to see that fire rod early. Always nice to see that fire rod early. And our first glove. So you'll see more than likely JP going that way. I did see a sword in Lumberjack Ledge. So depending on how our sword situation is here in about 30 minutes, we may have to be running through Aga to get that sword. Map check. Green pendant on Desert. I do believe I saw a blue pendant on Hera and a 5/6 crystal on Eastern. I did not see what was on the island. And Dragonstrike with that fire rod is going to go ahead and check Hyrule Castle. Kermit is found the mirror in the Thieves' Hideout. It looks like Willard is going to do early Tarantula. Probably maybe dip into Eastern. We'll find out here in a second. Right. So Willard checked Tarantula. I didn't see anything there other than the book. It looks like we found Cape and Kakariko so far. And Willard is going to Eastern. A few items up for grabs here. Depending on where the big key is. Not all of them are in Logic. Kermit's jumping down to the well while Dragonstrike is going down to Zelda's cell. Oh, there was a sword with the book. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to take a message. So we know where another sword is. Hammer's in the back of the well. There is a sword on Lumberjack, so that could possibly be our Master Sword. And $20 in Zelda's cell, and Dragonstrike is saving Quaid. Brewers going to try and get a 50-50 bomb here. Possibly going to use the refill hut. Not getting lucky with those 50-50 bombs. There we go. There's one. We'll always find the big key. We'll be able to check the big key chest. The big chest, I mean, with the big key. We're going to see what's on the library right now from Kermit's side, and it's just a small shield. We're not going to go back for that. 10 arrows in the chest. While Dragonstrike is now doing the dam. For the bow, okay. That fire rod and bow does put Armos into logic. We're still missing Moon Pearl for Dark World access. Oh, we already found our second shield already. So 2 shields early. Will's now in the vanilla big key chest room. We'll see what the last time he can grab in here is. Alright. I do believe that means there's an item on Armos, which we do know now is in logic because of the bow and the fire rod. Dragonstrike's having a hard time with bombing these mini Moldorms right now. Let's get one down. Willard's going for that hammer. A nice magic refill for Dragonstrike. Get a little bit more use out of the fire rod. Rupee Heart, Cane of Samaria, and Moon Pearl. Okay, we got our Dark World to access right now from Dragonstrike there, and I think he's going to go grab that hammer and start checking Villas of Outcasts and North Hyrule there. Since we did also find the cape. Kermit is checking back of escape right now. 3 items back here are small key to Dark Cross, Rupee, and Heart Container. I do also believe that Fire Rod allows us to get to Dark Cross as well, so I think that's in logic. So there is an item there because the map was in sync. Wow, words hard. Anyway. Kermit's going for the 50-50 bombs outside Link's house. Alright, so WJP DTB needs to get to Mini Moldorm for that Moon Pearl. JP is going to go ahead and check the back to escape. While Willard gets the hammer. Oh, JP is going to go ahead and go towards Dark Cross. We'll see if there's something there that Team Hime may be missing. And one nice thing about our first trip in Dark World, we'll find out what our crystals are and see what may be locked in GT for the Pendant Dungeons. Alright. So only bombs in Dark Cross. And Kermit is going to go to the Dark World. And maybe get a map check? Not yet. We're going to go into Hype Cave first so that... Ooh. We only have one bomb, so he's not going to Hype Cave. He's going to buy the bombs first. Makes sense. All right, so the other other pendant is at Meyer, so there's a chance that the flute could still be in GT here, or the Meyer medallion. I didn't quite see where the other 5/6 crystal was. All right, so Hype Cave, 5 items. First things first, we're going to get ourselves more bombs. Kermit maybe wishes he didn't buy those bombs now. We get the arrows, we get a piece of heart, we get 300 rupees, and another piece of heart. So some money there. Speaking of money, Dragonstrike just realized that you need 30 for chess game. Awkward. And looks like JP is moving through the old man dark room right now to find out what the old man is holding. And Dragonstrike is in Thieves Town. I do believe my co-commentator Hub is here. What's going on, Esper?
Hello, hey, how you doing, everyone? You have to forgive my lateness for this one. Something important came up and I had to deal with it, so...
No, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So, not much has happened. JP and Willard need to get to Mini Moldorm to find their Moon Pearl. There's a sword on Lumberjack Ledge. And aside from that, nothing too exciting has been going on this race so far.
Well, that's a good thing, but, you know, it's the start of the match, so... I feel like the first 10 minutes, if you're not getting a crystal, then you might as well just get a little bit comfortable. Figure out where you want to plan out. But, yeah, I'm seeing quite a bit of progression here, so...
Yeah, I mean, right now, Kermit is going to be able to double dip both Pod and Eastern. Actually, he'll be able to full clear both of them, as long as he's comfortable with dark rooms at 5 hearts. So that's actually really good there for Team Hime. And Dragonstrike is going through Thieves Town. So while JP is giving is in Tower Hera to get WJP DTB their first dungeon clear, Dragonstrike and Kermit's about ready to get 3. So Willard's about ready to give JP the information. Hey, Moon Pearl's here. Let's go.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, but there's still a lot of time left in this race.
Yeah, anything can happen. Nothing is guaranteed, as I will always like to say. So we may end up doing an ice run hunt in the end of it. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. I think I jinxed a seed. I'm sorry.
And then Willard's going to find the bow here. And we'll see what JP DTB decides to do.
I feel like they're going to, like, at the very least, follow each other's steps. Especially if it's the bow and Moon Pearl. Like, both of them want to have that as early as possible to get things going for at least 2 of the dungeons. And with both of them having mirror, but yeah, they'll probably follow suit and following behind Team Hime's tracks of going into Palace of Darkness, doing the double combo, being able to neatly clear out those 2 dungeons.
Yeah, Willard's already ran through Eastern. We do know there's something on Armos. So we'll probably see him go straight into Pod first, especially after getting the money here. Oh, well, there's a chance he may go to Zora with over 500 rupees. We'll find out here in a second. Oh, half magic in the big chest of Thieves Town.
Yeah, getting that before going into Skull Woods or even like Turtle Rock is a huge benefit in my opinion.
Yeah, right now the only thing that could be really holding us back in GT in terms of dungeon clears would be the flute, possibly boots. We don't know yet if boots are going to be a factor yet. We do know boots is blocking one of the swords, but Blue Mail in Paradox. That's about it there. Ooh, Dragonstrike doing Cane of Samaria strats on
Let's
blind
go.
here.
You always love to see some high quality block plays coming in the Thieves Town dungeon.
Yeah, he gotta be careful though. Is down to 1 hit, and there's 1 hit left. So
We are playing Toho today.
it's not even just that. Like, I'm just imagining the scene from The Matrix. He's just bending backwards, dodging the fireballs. Oh, almost gets it with the block there.
Let's go.
Oh no!
It was a good effort though. You have to admit
1 hit
that.
left. You have to feel bad though, because it was 1 hit left. Okay, we'll come back for that later. Kermit's almost about ready to show us what's on Armos. Willard is about ready to run to Pod. Looks like JP is going to clear out Hera. I believe the big key is in the basement. We do have a fire source, so get a little bit of a tea break. Oh, such a great fight, though. It's one of those things where you're like, you're rooting, and then it happens, and you're just like, okay, good showing, though. Good showing. But Armos, that's NMG right there. Oh, well, almost. Just bombs. First crystal of the game goes to Team Hime.
Yeah, drawing first blood 15 minutes in. Brewers just finishing their beverage break. Looking to see what's in the Tower of Hera basement key.
This big key, yeah. We had, I mean, no hook shot, no way to get around that. But now, JP can tell Willard, hey, just come here when you can Hera pod and just go straight to the boss, or hey, there's this and this. That's part of the fun with co-op is, you're sharing the info. Like, if there's nothing here in Hera, you're not going to see Willard do this dungeon until he has hookshot and like a tempered sword.
Yeah.
Just get straight to the boss, kill the boss, move on. Dragonstrike. Oh, cape strats. Okay, got the sword, got the cape.
Yeah, the fun thing about the cape is that if you are holding on against a wall, you can delay the magic drain for quite a bit, which allows you to neatly do this fight without having much issues of dodging.
And that's the second crystal. Didn't look like there was anything too big in Thieves Town or Eastern there, so. But we still have Pod to get through.
Yeah, and even though with Pod getting through Pod and that yields nothing.
We did find Boots though. We did find Boots in Hera. So we know where Will is going to be going here soon. And you have to, I think that was
Boots is always a key component for every speedrunner's life whenever they do Link to the Past randomizer. It allows you to move fast, allows you to do a few tricks, and most likely, if you're a big man, you could do some hovering action.
All right. Brewers gets the first pint of the game. JP with the boots will now start to be able to do the boots check. Still need the So it's early enough in the game. Do you get the sword and lumberjack ledge whenever you? Well, JP knows where they can get a sword in Shirashala's closet, but
I think at this point, maybe, but well, you still have to go through Castle Tower.
Eventually, yeah.
Dungeons. So getting out the way wouldn't be a bad idea to consider. And you also, in case you do have to get to Pyramid Ferry, you do have that teleport for you, waiting for you at the Light World's entryway to Hyrule Castle. So it's not a bad idea to do that and get your second sword upgrade that that's there instead of looking for it elsewhere.
All right, DT from WJP DTB is saying no one's going to be getting that sword because it's always going to be slower. Which it makes sense. I mean, it is an out of the way thing.
Well, it's an out of way thing, but you're also fulfilling one of the objectives of the run, which is clearing all dungeons, which includes Castle Tower. So it may not hurt to do it, especially if it can clean up, gives you safety time elsewhere. Like, say, for instance, finding your other swords or getting to the Pyramid Fairy. But like I said, that is a huge if on if Pyramid Fairy is actually needed, which we don't know. So, like I said, nothing is guaranteed. They may have to do it.
All right, just getting the cane. JP, I think Willard forgot which chest was the Moon Pearl, so JP checked some extra chests. Dragonstrike is going to fight Moth now.
Meanwhile, Kermit taking an, I think, was that an intentional or unfortunate death? I didn't take the time to notice.
Oh, we did find Hookshot inside Pod, which is a nice thing to find, especially if you're planning on just walking around Dark World trying to get checks done.
Will be very useful for them too.
Oh, no, there's the Master Sword. So most of the runners so far, they just got the Dark World access out of Mini Moldorm, didn't go all the way to Ice Rock Cave. JP was like, yeah, let's go all the way to Ice Rock Cave and find the Master Sword. So yeah, no, more than likely we're not going to see that Timber Sword. Yeah,
we won't be seeing early CT play here today then. Which is fine, because finding your swords now before doing that is always a welcome sight.
Ooh, it looks like JP is actually going to be making the desert play. Has the boots, has a fire source, has the glove, can clear desert. This is also for Green Pendant, so we'll get an extra item from Tarashula for doing this.
This is a good idea at the very least to try to get as much information as you can to relay it to your partner in case they do need to go into it immediately or not.
All right, looks like Willard's not finding the Helmasaur King. Got through all the dark rooms very well. I see Kermit is also in the 6th turtle room right now, trying to light the torch so you can see the room, decides against it, ran out of magic. Just now has to find the other turtle or two. Willard takes down Helmasaur. First crystal for Willard here. Oh, well, we got ourselves a fetch quest here on JP side. We'll see what that mushroom turns into. We also have the ability to fake powder as well.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. Like, this could be useful for fake powdering as well. So I feel like before they're gonna turn in that mushroom, they're gonna check that out first before doing anything else with that mushroom.
All right, Willard's now going to run and do. Oh, Kermit died in the dark rooms of Pod. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, he died to those turtles when he was playing Whack-A-Mole, unfortunately. So I think he decided, you know what, let me just step out and reassess and then go ahead and start doing moving towards that Desert Palace, which makes a lot of sense if you're gonna abandon doing the Dark Palace of Darkness without a lamp.
No, yeah, for sure. But Willard already ran through Eastern, just has to get right to the back.
We already, oh yeah, that's right. Y'all already checked out your tower, not tower, but Death Mountain check. So more likely or not, they're gonna find what other goodies is up here, which is not gonna be. It wasn't huge, was it? Boots was
in Hera. Aside from that, we did find Blue Mail in Paradox Cave.
Okay.
Ooh, Kermit not going for the. I'm sorry. I tried so hard not to say Kermiting to the desert play right there. I'm sorry.
Too late now. You didn't set it already. Now you got
Oh, jeez.
the entire chat face palming. That's okay. You can be forgiven this once.
Oh, okay. So looks like Dragon did not go all the way to Hera, which we know the boots are there. JP hasn't done any of the other boots check yet, I don't think. Just ran straight down to desert.
This is kind of interesting. At the very least, like, you have mirror. Not sure why you would skip out on doing Tower of Hera unless you're really planning on holding off on getting hookshot to Hera Club, which even then doesn't seem like a good idea to hold off for.
Nope, Dragonstrike doing the other Houlihan strat here. This is possibly to start building up money for... Oh, pod. Yeah, no, this is pod. Zora's still an option. Zora is opened up to us right now. And the other item in desert was just bombs. We do have the green pendant to turn in. And JP hasn't checked Gina yet, which we saw on Kermit's side. It was nothing. Now we're hitting the point where we just have a whole bunch of very out there checks. We haven't seen Bumper Ledge yet. We do have the cape. I don't know if Dragonstrike walked over to check Bumper Ledge before going to Skull. I didn't see it myself.
Brewers at their finishing Desert Palace checked in Nagina's cave, found nothing, decided to save and quit. Probably planning on heading on to Eastern, I want to say, Eastern Pod. Oh wait, what play would this be?
Going to Dark World, probably going to go over to Dig Game. No one's done the path to Dig Game yet.
Okay.
Unless JP wants that hook shot, but I think right now they need more information, like what I guess is going to do the pod Eastern play.
Yeah, I like ABCD. Always be clearing dungeons is one of the things people need to, runners need to keep in mind at the very least. And I feel like this is more appropriate to check that out.
Oh, Powder is on the flowing island there. The other little thing through Hookshot Cave.
Oh, okay, and that could be useful, but we did pick up a mushroom in Desert Palace. We may not be seeing them or retrieving that.
Okay, so JP is turning green pendant, then doing pod Eastern. Knows where the hookshot is, know where the big keys are. Can just beat the dungeons like really fast. I personally would have wanted to see what Dig Game, Stumpy, and K485 was before doing this play. Just because, that's just extra information,
Extra, yeah, that would be extra information. I agree. But I feel like, I think personally, if I was running this, I probably would have done the same thing as to go into Palace of Darkness and Pod, since I especially have the bow and hammer with the mirror just to loop those in, and I just finished Desert. So yeah, that, like, wrapping all that checks up into a cleaner route is much more appealing than doing the overworld checks at this moment, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Willard gets their boots. Just knows that they need to just beat Moldorm. Don't worry about the big key stuff. Kermit's going to get the big key. We'll get all the nice information about what the boots are.
Meanwhile, on Willard's screen, we get some hammer play fighting Morty, and he successfully does it in a clean manner. Nice and by the book, as some would say. Nothing too fancy, nothing to just keep it nice and steady. For some reason, Morty's playing nice today, unless he did some very wild stuff while I wasn't looking.
Nope. Yeah, Moldorm has been not Trolldorm today for sure. We'll see what Willard decides to do. Well, we haven't seen any of the other boots checked, so we're probably going to see Pegasus rocks here.
Yep, it's always a good idea to use your item that you've just acquired to do some checks to see if you can get some more items, as we get a piece of heart and you debunk rocks, so nothing from there. So the search continues for that ice rod.
Oh, yeah, chat's pointing out a good thing. We have not seen Ether Tablet yet.
Ether Tablet was a piece of heart.
It was?
Yeah, Willard checked it when he was in Hera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he totally checked that.
And then that's good then. It was nothing.
Like, the only other tablet was Bombos, and I'm pretty sure none of the runners have checked that yet. So here's hoping that they'll be able to... Well, here's hoping they don't have to check it, and they get all their items that they needed.
All right, so Willard's now going to the Skull Woods area. We'll see what route Willard tries to do. Looks like it's going to Skull Woods. I do know one of the items was a heart container. I did not see what the other item was.
Either way, this is going to probably be a clean Mothula fight. You have Hammer, you have Fire Rod, and maybe a bottle. No, they don't have a bottle.
No.
It's still possible to do it. Even,
Yeah.
well, oh, wait, you know, I just not realized the hearts. Oh, man, low percent, let's go.
That's another side effect from co-op. Sometimes one player gets all the hearts.
That's okay though. I feel like if you're in invitationals, you have done a lot of low percent Mothula fights. I feel like this is gonna be a good flex. Gonna happen.
All right, so JP is going to Helm Star King now. Looks like Kermit's going to the Dark World from this side. Already knows where everything is from Dragonstrike. We'll see what all Kermit decides to grab on their way to Moth here. Oh, nice hammer there from Willard to start out the fight.
Just have to be really careful now during this fight. I feel like he should be switching to the Fire Rod now that the moth is upstairs, but no, never mind. There he goes, bringing it down. The Hammer of Justice.
Ether was also here. Okay, so it's Ether in a heart container. Yeah, Will just casually flexing with Hammer Moth. Willard's played some inverted. Probably had to do that a few times to start the seed.
I feel like it just comes second nature when you have to do it a lot. Meanwhile, we get a double kill coming in from both Brewers and Dragonstrike, finishing up their Helm Sword fights and acquiring another crystal for their team.
Oh yeah, no. So like Team Hime got their first bloods in their dungeons, but WJP-DTB, I am getting tongue-tied every time I said that, is got in the lead right now. Right now it's 7 dungeons to 5. But Dragonstrike's getting another clear there.
I feel like the unfortunate death that happened with Kermit in the dark room of Palace of Darkness probably played a little bit into that, since he hasn't he had the I really it has to be a bad day for Kermit.
It happens. It happens. Nerves happen sometime. It's fine.
Nerves happen a lot. And
You gotta remember, there's a lot on the line in these invitation races. I mean, every division is stacked. Top 4 goes into playoffs, so you still want to get every single win you can because you want to be in the top 4. But then you gotta remember, if you're last in division, you don't get to stay in the Invitational League.
Thankfully, it's only like what? Is this like week 1, correct? Yeah, this is
only week 1. Yeah, it's week 1.
We still gotta get our feet wet in this league. So even if a loss at this early doesn't mean that it's like going to be written off as a doom state for our runners here in week 1.
You also don't ever want to be 2-0 in a single week, so.
It's going to have one of those. I'm pretty sure it probably doesn't happen as often in the invitationals. Open, it's just going to happen. You just have to take it.
Oh no, Kermit taking another death to Moth.
He probably. I'm wondering if he's going to take a moment to just breathe for a moment after that, which it looks like he will. He's going to back off for a bit. Maybe he'll look for more resources before coming back to this. It's not a huge loss in skipping out on this dungeon for now. As we get on the ped, money.
Yeah, Willard's already checked that. Kermit deciding to take a break to check that. Yeah, sometimes you just need to take a deep breath and reevaluate things. Like Moth, it is a rough fight. Sometimes Moth takes patience. Same with Moldorm. Like, if you're having difficulties with your Moldorm fight, patience helps so much in those fights where everything just seems random.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna back off of Skullwoods, which is not a bad idea to do in this case. You can always come back to this like very quickly in the scheme of things, but skipping out on the bumper ledge may not have been a good idea.
I still don't think anyone's checked bumper ledge, but I've been wrong before in this commentary.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't. Even after Willard did his flex on Mothula, he didn't check bumper ledge, as far as I can tell.
Ooh, Bombo's on Mushroom. Okay. Kermit's going to go ahead and do the rest of the North Dark World checks here. Graveyard Ledge is up next.
Yeah, this could be big if it comes across with a few progression items.
Willard, okay, I mean, told Willard did check bumper. Oh, Sword and Sea House. Okay. So that's all 4 swords already? Swashbuckler, Sea House, Ice Palace, and Lumberjack. So easy tempered for the runners if they choose to grab tempered. Ice Rock Cave. Yeah, so it looks like Willard's leading the way for JP to just follow behind right now. They'll decide what options they will choose to do afterwards. We still have Zora. Yeah, I think Zora is going to have to be the play after this, right?
Most likely, it could be vanilla flippers for them to do Swamp Palace, but who knows? Hopefully, Brewers gets the big brain into. Wait, Willard checked Bumper Ledge, right?
That's what I was being told in chat.
All right.
Chat, the best third commentator there is.
Hey, it's always useful to have another pair of like 70 or 40 eyes checking out the runners. Speaking of checking out, though, y'all should give these runners a follow and they respect the channels for doing a fantastic job giving us this run today, as well as our fellow workers behind the scenes. Our buddy tracking the race today, cool Papa Bell, as well as J Axie, and our restreamer who helped put it all together, Full Float. Thank you very much for all that work, and also give a follow to my co-commentator today. He held it in there for 10 minutes while I had to deal with some life.
Yeah. All right, JP with a nice clean moth kill, and we did see Mitts and Spike Cave, so that's where the cape was leading us. So that Mitts going to give Dragonstrike early look at Dark Death Mountain for the 6 times there. We do know that they can grab the powder for safety, which wouldn't be a bad idea right now.
Yeah, Mitson, that's huge. That's probably a very good sign for Team Heme to find in this part of the run. Like, if you're kind of running behind, being able to scope that one location out could be the huge difference made of not only catching up but winning out this seed. As we
Oh my
God, in the digging game,
that was a lot of dicks.
that was some. You'd have thought Willa was a digging man from there. You thought he was playing Minecraft with all that digging, looking for some treasures from beyond.
Yeah, but those flippers is possibly going to be take the runners away from Spy Cave right now. So we'll see what options they choose there. JP now with the Temper Sword. Yeah, Dragonstrike's going for those that powder. Like with how rough the dungeons and bosses been on Team Hime, I'm not surprised game powder here is the play.
Yep, gives you some good safety strats, and not only that, a few checks, but mostly the safety is good.
Yeah.
As we get Ether for our Turtle Rock entry.
Which was on Moldorm, so you had to do Pendant Mordorm for that. Everyone has done that, so... Oh, is Dragonstrike going to... Oh, this might actually be a good play here. Dragonstrike's going to do a very low percent push of TR right now. Willard's going to be doing the flipper checks.
Trying to get as much information you can from Turtle Rock is not a bad idea. And Kermit could follow up by checking out the digging game after going through Thieves Sound, which he cleans up his blind fight pretty well thanks to the cape.
Correction, sorry, it was on Moth. It was on Boss, sorry. Willard's gained their Temper Sword now. Half Magic was in Thief Sound Big. Oh, Shovel!
We get some more fetch quests going on with the Bombo Stablet I see.
Oh no, Dragonstrike! Oh, you hate to see that. Oh, was trying to I am over to the Cane of Burna to get invincible to get past the spikes. Accidentally mirrors on out.
It happens. It just happens.
JP's going to do both Sumpy and Dig Spot at the same time. Take spots our first bottle. Okay.
As a bee.
I did not see what was on the man underneath the bridge. People like to call him the hobo.
I believe it was just $20.
It happens. All right. Dragonstrike gets through the room now. 5 silvers.
All right, let's go. This means all of our runners are probably going to pick up silvers at this point.
Yep, for sure.
It's probably one of the good and worst things to happen, to be honest, because you getting it at that easy of a spot means that your opponents are going to get it at that spot. It's just a matter of when.
All right. Other mail is in Waterfall Cave there. 29 digs for flippers. That was one off the max digs that can be. Oh, you gotta be careful with these chain chomps, especially with green mail.
Yeah. Oh, me.
All right.
Okay, he's in a clear. And wow, that's a disgusting place for the lamp. Why are you like this seed?
The flute for 500. That's going. Oh my goodness. Well, it's not going to add any more time to Willard's. Going possibly checking out Spy Cave, but that flute. I do believe that means. Yeah, the only thing that can be in GT at this point would be Quake to get into Mire. So we may be able to do all the dungeons before GT this season, which is always a good thing to do. You don't have to check everything in GT to find your pendant entrance.
That is true. I would like to think, though, with getting the flute, they don't have oh no, they don't have mitts because they didn't went to Spike Cave just yet. So I feel like that flute will steer them towards Spike Cave. Like,
yeah, I mean,
while Brewers is checking out Swamp Cave, Willard can go ahead and start checking out Death Mountain a little bit more, like the one-off checks.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think right now the only checks that WJP DTB have right now is North Hyrule and Spike Cave, plus Swamp, which is JP is in. But yeah, no, they're about ready to be funneled into those mitts. JP is going to go ahead and go straight to the back of Swamp. We'll go back in for the rest of the items right after. JP going to show off some nice little diver down strats.
Using the Kaina Samura method. Nice and clean execution.
Kermit's also in Swamp. We'll see if they decide to go straight to the back first or just full clear it now. Get out of the way.
I think they're going to attempt to full clear it. Well, no. Actually, at this point, quick killing the boss first may be a good idea. But yeah, Willard is doing what doing those overworld checks. Probably gonna take a look at King's Tomb.
Probably gonna go all the way to Catfish if I were to hazard a guess at this point.
Yeah. Feel like that would be the last thing before attempting to do, I want to say Death Mountain for the Spike Cave or any other weird one-off check that they need to do.
Ooh, nice quick kill on Argus for JP there. For the green goo. Now, JP has been finding all the fetch quests this season. Found the bottle, found the shovel, found the mushroom. Alright, Dragonstrike is on Laser Bridge now.
There's our key to progress further, to progress to the last part of the boss, but we're missing the ice rod. Where would the ice rod be? It would be very convenient if it was in here, but no, it doesn't look like it.
The seed may actually evolve into an ice rod hunt, because now that we know As long as Quake is in GT, Ice Rock can be anywhere. Oh, I was hoping Ice Rock was going to be on Catfish. I'll be like, especially here.
You wish. I wished. Everyone wished that was Ice Rod right there in Catfish, but of course not. This seed is devious.
Speaking of devious, Willard is about ready to find those mids in that nasty location, and we'll start doing the Dark Death Mountain checks. I won't be surprised if Willard did TR like Dragonstrike did.
It would make a lot of sense in his position. They have not checked that dungeon out yet, and having the ability to have access to it right now is a great idea to do so. Like, you would have to big brain it and say, no, let's check out Misery Mire or all the other, or Ice Palace first before Turtle Rock.
JP's going to do the other diver down, see what's in the left side. Yeah, no, right now, like, Ice Rod and Quake are the two things we are looking for.
So actually, you could hold off on Turtle Rock for the time being and just go to Ice Cave. Well, not Ice Cave, but the Ice Dungeon and Misery Mire, just to see if you can get your Ice Rod from those two dungeons instead of going into Turtle Rock.
Well, Willard is actually in the Mire location now, and it's Bombos. So Willard is like, crap, I have to come into desert, grab the mushroom, go turn that in for Bombos, then come back. Oh, there's our Ice Rod! Okay.
There we go. In the Misery Mire shed. I was kind of close.
I do believe that's Go mode then. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The moment
Yeah, because we have Bombos, we have Kane. Yeah. WJP, DTB have all the information. They're in Go mode first at 50 minutes.
Pretty amazing when you think about it.
This is how co-op works. This is how co-op works for sure. Anyway, yeah, no, JP's going to grab the mids and... Yeah, they just now need to tell each other where the big keys are, but they both have 4 or 5 dungeons each.
Oh, yeah, man. Not much divergence besides the Swamp Palace and Desert Palace between the two. So yeah, they're gonna clean up the rest of the seed very cleanly at this point. And with Turtle Rock having the silvers, this is, depending on what they do in Ganon's Tower, it is their seed to lose at this point.
For sure. Willard actually went to 1 instead of 2. Kermit's getting their flute now. They have Kane, so they can just breeze through Ice Palace without any issues.
Meanwhile, Dragonstrike is doing Lamos with these silver arrows, one-shotting them, missing the first cycle. But that's okay. He gets to pick up on the second one.
JP's now... Oh, JP doesn't have the money.
He isn't gonna come over there and then soon realize he doesn't have it, and he's gonna have to make a mad scramble to get it. He didn't do Hula Hand though, does he? Did he?
No, he has not. So he can always do the bomb hula hand at Sanctuary.
Wait, unless rupees was over, unless there's 300 rupees on this ledge. Oh no, this is 5.
It's 5 more than he has.
I don't. It's okay. You know, we do questionable things at questionable times in a questionable manner sometimes.
Yeah, Willard's about ready to run through TR.
But yeah, it's not a huge loss to back up and go and get your Houlihan money.
I think JP might just be running to the Desert Thief to get the 50 rupees in there over and over, maybe. Or is there, did Willard tell JP where one of the 300 rupee hoards were that JP skipped? That could possibly be it, because I know there was one in Hype Cave and then there was one in Pod. Oh, he hasn't done Hype
Okay,
Cave
he
yet.
has
Okay.
not done High Cave. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, there's a 300 rupees in Hype Cave. So
All right. This makes up for it.
yep, right there.
Pulls the exact chest. Willa got some amazing memory just to point that out.
Yeah, no, I do know Willard does a neat little chess number thing for callouts and stuff. And
Oh, I mean that's even better though, because it
yeah.
means like you had to like commit that to memory at the very least to be able to call your numbers like that.
Yeah,
accurately.
so that I think in Willard's terms that was hype 4. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kermit doing his revenge fight for Mafia,
Gets the revenge.
Burning them off to death, as well deserved as that moth earned it.
Third time's a charm. More like it.
I mean, if I was Kermit, I'll be a little bit frustrated, but that's okay. He manages to kill Mothula, and he didn't. Most likely, he didn't lose that much time getting back to it. So, like, sure, dying once or twice may feel bad, but if you back off and come back at a better situation, more likely than not, you probably saved a lot more time than running your head face first into it over and over and over again.
For sure.
While I was not looking, Brewers just did the did Icebreaker, which is the what they call that, the door extension glitch.
And it's also the thing that makes this dungeon bearable now.
Makes this dungeon a lot more bearable. Like, cannot imagine doing this dungeon without it.
I mean, we all thought that the bomb jump was great, but then whenever that was discovered, it was like,
what was bomb jump again? I don't. Who was bomb jump?
New phone. Who this? Why are you calling me bomb jump? I think JP forgot to hit the switch. Now has to find the big key now.
Yes, he does. That's rather unfortunate too. But I have done mistakes of this similar caliber when I was when I did my race this week, which is kind of funny. I ended up doing Ice Palace bomb jump twice in this dungeon, and once. Then I had to leave because I didn't have the hammer, and then I had like the samurai cane and did both versions of the door extension glitch, pulse buffering and sword buffering.
All right, Kermit's about ready to find the bombos is required for Meyer and Ice Rod. I don't think. I don't think Dragonstrike has turned in Mushroom yet for Bombo, so they still don't know what Bombos is.
Well, with the knowledge that they know that magic powder is on the island for Death Mountain, I feel like they'll have more of an incentive to turn in that mushroom now.
JP now needs to find a small key because he's so dead to switch. Yeah, Kermit was already in pod, had an unfortunate encounter in the dark rooms in the basement. We now know where the lamp is. It's not in a nice spot.
It's in a very disgusting spot. The seed basically literally told you have to run this seed in the dark if you want a good time. The good recorded time, not a not like a good time. You're already in a bad time as it.
Ay. All right. So Willard's about ready to go fight Trinex. I think part of the reason why Willard did TR now was just to tell JP where the big key was.
Which is good on his end, because feeding your partner that information that don't have to do all this garbage makes it a world of a difference to be able to, at the very least, tighten up the average time between you two.
Yeah, Willard will also be able to quickly do Mire Desert and Ice Palace and Swamp. Like, go mode all those dungeons is just a good time. I mean, not like a good time. Well, it's both a good time and healthy is a good time.
Willard doing a good clean kill on the first phase of Trinex and gets a follow-up. Amazing spin from there. Finishing up his Trinex fight.
Nope. Unfortunately, the Cold Stare Clouds got a little bit out of control for JP, but still gets the nice kill on them for a small key. Now, the only dungeon we haven't seen all of yet is, well, it's other than GT and Castle Tower, is Mire. Which we'll probably see Willard do Mire now.
And one shot from the Silvers made this Argus fight a done deal. So our runners are just full throttling it now. Now they got the knowledge that they needed with where to go to and what items that they need to get. Kermit checked the shed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Kermit has Ice Rod. Ice Rod.
I was looking at the tracker for a moment. I was like, wait a minute, he didn't pick up the ice right yet. Why he did not?
Yeah, the only information that Team Hime does not have is that the Bombos is on the Mushroom Turn-In. Which Kermit's about ready to do right now.
Yep. This is the next logical step. Finishing that dungeon, going in to use the mushroom to check what it has. This is it. And there will be in their go mode in 1 hour and 1 minute in and like 18 seconds or so.
About 10 minutes behind of WJP DTB's go mode.
But yeah, all four runners just doing a fantastic job of cleaning up this seed now. It's only a matter of time one of them is gonna cross that bridge, get to the Triforce, and finish with a good time at this point.
Yeah, so it looks like JP is going to do Thieves Town. Willard is going to do Swamp House. Probably will go ahead and do Ice right after. Swamp, you just run straight to the back. Ice, you make sure you hit the switch and run straight to Cold Stare.
Make sure you hit the switch, Kermit. Please don't miss the switch.
Oh wait, Dragonstrike and Kermit. I don't think either of them have gone to Ice Rod Cave, so they may do the rest of the seed on Master Sword. Could bite them, time wise there.
They probably are basing their knowledge off of the fact that Temper Sword being on Lumberjack Ledge. I hope they don't rely on that knowledge right now. Though at this point, you're in go mode. Do you really want to look for another sword?
No, you're just hoping the sword comes up on the way to the end at this point. So, I mean, yeah, no, Team Hime is going to probably be on that Master Sword for the rest of the seed. So that means they're going to be spinning on Ganon when they get to it. At least they're going to have silvers spinning on Ganon.
Yeah, like Master Sword Silverless is probably one of the things that a lot of runners will have trouble being very consistent on. And it may feel like it's not much, but trying to do all those spins while managing magic and just keeping it up without being too greedy, it could do a lot on you.
Yeah, that's 52 spins, but it's still going to be, 30-odd spins to get through the whole thing. We'll see how he handles it. But Willard's now down to doing Ice Palace, Mire, and Desert. JP's halfway done with Thief Sound. Just got them bombing the little sunlight thing. Kermit did hit the switch. He's going to go fight Cold Stare now.
I think Dragonstrike did an oopsie daisy and has to re-enter Mire's shed.
Happens.
It happens. Meanwhile, Kermit is on their Cold Stare fight, popping the bombos to crack the ice.
Which there was actually a glitch that happened there if you did bombos too early, but the most recent update to the randomizer fixed that. Ooh, that was a really clean fight from Kermit there. Really clean fight.
Couldn't ask for a better way to end it on that note.
And Dragonstrike's our first runner into Mire. Hopefully this is a God Mire. Find the big key nice and early so you don't have to do the cutscene chest room.
A very excellent second room there.
JP is now on to Blind. We'll probably do Mire next.
Willard hitting a switch, gonna go ahead and do his door extension glitch in Ice Palace. As we get Kermit going into the Palace of Darkness to finish up some loose ends.
Revenge must be made.
Link to the Past randomizer. The revenge. This time, it's personal.
Yeah, no, Kermit had some rough times early on the season. Now with the red mail, probably, took a few deep breaths. Still doesn't have lamp, so we'll see if we'll have a better time in the turtle room.
He does not have lamp, but he definitely has some more hearts in that red mail for added defense. So I feel like he's a lot more. He feels, well, theoretically speaking, if I was in his shoes, I would be a lot more comfortable doing it without lamp now. Plus, you got plenty of magic. You should be able to hit that torch within the first few sequence of being able to tell when you hit your hammer. But we'll see how that goes.
All right, Willard's now in Cold Stare. And JP is now going to Desert.
Meanwhile, we get a cutscene chest from Dragonstrike.
Nice clean fight from Willard there. Willard would be doing the Mire Desert combo. Save and quit.
Did he not do Misery Mire yet? Huh. I wonder if he did.
Is JP going to go ahead and do TR and get into GT early?
You know what? He may intend on doing so to feed the information to Willard where the big key is at. This may be I'm going to say this is kind of risky to do because you was already in Misery Mire, but scout for big
Willard's also going straight to GT right now.
I wonder if they're doing it together to be able to track the big key much sooner. Willard didn't do Desert Palace. Well, no, Willard did Desert Palace, right?
No, Willard got the mushroom, but I don't think he cleared it, though.
Yeah, I feel like going into GT this early while you're still missing a pendant may be okay. Maybe it's an okay thing because you want to get it out the way, I guess. Get GT out the way before your rest of your dungeons.
Oh, okay. So DT, the third member of WJP DTB, is pointing out that yeah, you Biaga, then you do Desert and Mire, then you save and quick, and since you beat Castle Tower, you're going to be on top of the pyramid anyway. So that makes sense.
Okay. Does save some time in that regard.
Yeah, no, JP definitely can do dark rooms. Silver is also going to be really nice for Vitreous, though. Let's be honest. We just saw how nice Silver's was for Dragonstrike there. But check one of GT is just a small key, and Willard's going to go left.
Meanwhile, Dragonstrike making a mad scramble to go to the Ice Palace. And I believe Kermit is going to do the same thing too once he finishes up Turtle Rock. Well, not to Ice Palace, but at the very least, once he's finished Ice Palace, go into Ganon's Tower.
Oh, wow. Almost all the small keys, nice and early. Actually, I think that was all the small keys early into GT. Okay. Single arrow in Fireball Room, and Willard's now going to go ahead and go down the right side. Ooh, JP, gotta be careful there with the chain chomps. Willard's going past the why am I blanking on the name of the room all of a sudden? Tyler Room. Jeez.
I mean, it's fine. You can blank that out of your memory. No one does Tower Room anymore. Well, no one should be doing Tower Room at the very start of the entire search to begin with, to be honest. You do get 10 arrows from 2 chests, some bombs, and 300 rupees. Not what we're looking for on the right side, so definitely some on the left side to be had here, which is obviously the big key.
Alright, so Willard's now going to go to Randomizer Room and Fire Sank Room from here.
Kermit gets his lamp and gonna proceed on deeper into the Turtle Rock to get that out the way.
It does look like Dragonstrike is doing more checks to try and find the third sword. We know it's an Ice Rock Cave.
Willard stepping into the random room, and we get in our chest 20 rupees, 20 more rupees, a piece of heart, and 20 more rupees. It could be in Bob's chest.
Yep, that's the next chest we're going to be looking at here. It's either that or behind Armo's or Tyler Room.
And approaching Bob's chest, we are going to take a look and see, and we get a piece of heart, a whole heart, I mean, excuse me. That means we get to play with the Armos Ice Rave today, but thankfully enough, we got silver, so this will just be a joke.
A laggy joke.
Very laggy joke. Punchline didn't come in until a few minutes later. That's how laggy it was.
Oh, big key. I know we didn't play the game, but Chess 21 today for the big key. And Willard's now going to go through all of GT now. JP now knows they just go straight to the room after Armos. Won't do the right side. All the small keys was in Salfo's room, so we'll probably do that room just to get out the small keys. But
oh man, excellent use of the stepping with the dash to manipulate the mimics. I need to start doing that.
Dragonstrike is going back in TR. Done all of it. Just needs to get back to try next. This will be Dragonstrike's last dungeon.
Kermit still has to take care of Misery Mire, but that's fine. It's a pendant after all, so he can go into GT as well. Finish that up as well as Castle Tower, and then at the very least go to Misery Mire, beat that up, save and quit, and go back into fighting Ganon.
Alright, WillardJBradley is taking the safety room. Got down to 1 heart there. Get
A little too close for comfort.
And JP is now also into GT. Kermit doing some hammer strats on Trinex there. And we'll get their last crystal and we'll be going to GT. Dragonstrike is not too far behind.
A little bit of a chaotic start, but I've handled that Lamos 2 fight pretty well. We're just gonna proceed on to the second half of the climb.
Yep, one of the most satisfying rooms in the game, right there. So satisfying.
You know what else is more satisfying?
This room.
Other room right here. Clean encore performance.
Now, don't forget to give these runners a follow. These all, they're all in the Invitational League. They are top quality runners, which is why they're in the Invitational League. I know Willard's been doing the randomizer for a while. Pretty chill stream to hang on to. He, watch him. Easy to learn some of the best stuff. You can also follow their teammates too. I know DT is also really good into Zelda randos.
And let's not forget, do follow our fellows at the back, handling, flipping the switches, and making sure that the stream that we are getting today is top notch. Our trackers and our restreamer today.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It takes an army to bring these to your eyes. Willard's about ready to go into Aga 2 here. JP's about ready to get their big key.
Meanwhile, Kermit is not too far off. Just need to go ahead and find the big key, and he's gonna look in the right side. We know that it's not there, so he's gonna feel very, very sad that it's not here. Dragonstrike finishing up their Trinex fight in a spectacular fashion, making their way towards GT as well. It just looks like our runners are doing the GT shuffle today.
Yep. Willard is done with GT. We'll probably now go ahead and do Castle Tower. You can just mirror right to it. So we haven't seen the last of Aga yet on Willard.
Looks like Dragon's not gonna definitely be the one to finish first, especially since Willard and Brewers still have at the very least one more dungeon after Castle Tower to finish.
Yeah, using some silvers on these guards here. And with boots and everything, you know, this is just a couple minutes sidetrack here. Kermit's about ready to get the big key. We'll tell Dragonstrike where the big key is.
Yeah, it's really surprising to see someone go right and then continue to go from there to do
Oh,
this fight.
Willard does that play a lot.
It is going to pay him off to catch up and to tell Willard that he just needs to get to this room as soon as possible to get his big key.
Yeah, no, you mean Dragonstrike.
Oh, yeah, Dragonstrike. I'm getting really tongue tied. My brain is being crossed right now. You have to excuse me.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, you're looking at 4 screens. It happens. It happens. Oh, JP with the nice 1 cycle on Lamos, too.
Oh, baby, a triple. Kermit begins their ascent into the Ganon's Tower. Dragonstrike looking to be not too far off. They know where the big key is at now, thanks to Kermit, so they're going to go hustle over to there right now. Meanwhile, Willard is finishing up the last bit of Castle Tower with Brewers working on their late end of the climb of Ganon's Tower. These runners are closely tied together. It can still go either way, and it all depends on what happens with the Ganon fight. To answer the chat, yes, this is all dungeons. I forgot to ask this, but how many think you blue balls is going to happen today? Because we just saw one. Thankfully, though, after the thunder spell, you're always going to guarantee a reflectable ball. So at least once, one of them. There's another blue ball. There's another. Meanwhile, Brewers cleaning up their Agatu fight very well.
Yeah, so JP will be joining Will. Hopefully, Willard's done with Agon 1.
How many blue balls is he gonna throw? Please.
Oh my goodness! There we go. Agon 1's taken care of as soon as JP got was about ready to get into Castle Tower.
Now all that's left is to mirror out, go ahead and do Desert Palace, and then mosey on back into the Dark World to finish up the last part. Shouldn't be that hard.
No, and then saving Quailmeyer to go straight back into the pyramid to finish off the seed. So Willard going straight to the back. We're being told there was 6 blue balls in chat.
Six blue balls.
It could still be worse. Could have been the full 15, but
Oh Lord, let's not get into that territory.
Kermit's about ready to go ahead and do Aga 2. Dragonstrike is about ready to get into the torch room. First of the 2 torch rooms. Willard's going to go for the 1 cycle of the silver arrows here. Misses. 1. There's going to be a 2 cycle here. Wait, how did that work with the boomerang? What? Oh, man. So, JP threw the boomerang, missed the guard, came back, hit the guard in the back, but the guard still went backwards and fell off the edge. What?
Man, the boomerangs be doing some weird voodoo work here. I don't know what's going on anymore. This game.
Is that why it's called the magic boomerang? Oh my god. When you think you've seen every interaction in Link to the Past, a new one shows up. Alright, so Willard's going to be running all the way through Mire. We know the big key is vanilla. Dragonstrike's now under Aga 2 while Kermit's going through Aga 1. He's about ready to get the blue ball bad news.
Dragonstrike will be the first runner to fight Ganon. Well, wait, not yet. They have to do.
Yeah, they have to do Aga 1. Yeah, they still have to do Aga 1.
Aga 1. I gotta calm my paces a little.
Yeah.
Peeping the pyramid ledge to hope for a sword. And he falls down.
Oh no!
Castle Tower.
Oh! Oh, that's awkward.
Awkward.
Again, it happens to everyone. JP is now going to go into Mire. So Willard and JP are going to probably be finishing like right next to each other. Oh yeah, no, if you would have taken death, you would have been right back on top of the pyramid there. That's right.
Yeah, all you have to do is hug Ganon at that point. But I think at that point, wouldn't Ganon teleports be random?
Yeah, no, the TPs will be desynced, but you wouldn't have to run all the way back from Link's house to the castle and then run through the castle. Now, Willard's going to be checking the vanilla chest last, but at least at this point, Willard can just show JP, yeah, no, just get a small key, go to the left. It's cutscene chest. So, cutscene chest for big key, JP's just behind. Actually, at this point now, it's just a race between Willard and JP to see who finishes the game first. The right kind of co-op, where you're, after doing all kinds of different things, you're now just neck and neck with each other. Kermit's not going to cast the tower. No, he already did cast. He just did cast. So my bad. He's not going to do Mire. Kermit knows that the key's vanilla, so won't be doing any extra checks. We'll be just going straight to the left.
Dragon's not gonna do the unfortunate wait for 6 balls and 6 balls.
Come on, man, be professional.
I am professional. Professionally immature.
Oh, nice spooky there from JP.
Excellent work doing that. Meanwhile, Willard's doing a clean run with those silver arrows, putting 2 to the eyeball and calling it the night.
And JP also finishes off V as Willard's doing the victory pose. And then again, saving quick, straight to the pyramid.
Kermit will follow suit soon enough once he gets his big key.
Now, wouldn't you gander at that? Anyway, phase 1, 12 slashes of the Temper Sword. Willard's already into phase 2, which is another 12 slashes. Just gotta dodge the fire bats.
Excellent hook shot.
We got 3 runners on games right now. However, Hime will have to do the spin slashes, 12 spin slashes.
And we will see the clean difference between why Temper Sword would be important in this situation.
Yeah, no. So Willard and JP single cycled phase 1 of Ganon. Dragonstrike is now on his 3rd cycle. Oh, JP takes a death fairy. Oh, that was a death, unfortunately.
Oh.
Willard's on phase 4. 4 silvers will do it. Oh, I thought you got the torch glitz there, but then that's why I'm turning around. 2nd star of the arrow. Is this going to be a double to finish up?
Not enough space for that a second arrow to land, but he does get.
Oh, nice!
Does get a quick hit before the torch went out to get that blue stun counted for.
Yeah, no. So get your GGs in chat for Willard. He's going to finish first overall between the 4 runners with the official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 5 seconds. JP is now on to phase 3. Got 1 slash in. And looks like we'll be following suit. Dragonstrike is doing cape spin slashes to try and get past their phase 3.
Kermit almost finished with Visiting Mire dungeon. Excuse me, I'm trying to get my words in today.
No, that was me earlier. All right, JP with the 2nd arrow shot.
I feel like they could have snuck a 2nd one in there, but that's okay though. They did get torch glitch, and they decided not to be. Oh no, they did not.
Okay, get your GGs in chat for JP. This will seal the deal for Team WJPDTB. They're going to go 2-0 this week against Team Hime. JP with the official time of 1 hour, 33 minutes, and 13 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for Willard and JP. Nice, good 2-0 there. Dragonstrike also is going to be finishing just 16 seconds behind JP. 133.29. GG's for Dragonstrike as well as Kermit finishes off victorious.
And thankfully enough, he just needs to save and quit and then do it again and fight himself. And he'll be set to finish off with the seed with probably not that huge of a gap to go through. But yeah, this is one of those runs where it's just kind of good. Could have went both ways. Like,
yeah. Like if Kermit, take out Kermit's death and they find that tempered instead of Kermit dipping out of South Hyrule after gaining Dark World access. I mean, it was super close between the teams until that point. But yeah, no sword difference for sure. But yeah, now Kermit's going to do their Master Sword Ganon.
got some good spins on that. That should be a double, but didn't. The spins didn't went her way, but thankfully he is getting up against the wall. Okay, now he is. He is in a good spot. If I was Kermit,
yeah, it's really hard to do Master Sword Ganon fast. Oh, this is a really good spot though.
An excellent spot. Pop the cape just to ensure that you can get a few more slashes in. I mean, sure, you're not going to be able to skip a phase because you're using Master Sword, but getting as much damage as you can now can make a difference in a run. As he is now in the phase 3 of the fight.
Yep, just a few more spin slashes left. Does have the silver, so second hit in. I don't agree with that fire shot being shot out there. Felt like Kermit got it before that story came out. Oh, Kermit is actually on 4 arrows, so gotta make sure that each arrow hits. All right, there's one.
Yeah, he can't be greedy right now with his arrow shots at this point. Especially since you got to charge and spin.
Yeah. 2 more arrows and Kermit will be done here. Oh, be careful of that fire bat.
A little close call there, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's always better to be patient in most of these boss fights.
Safety over speed, especially when you're in a situation like this.
All right, get you GG's in chat for Kermit. That's the 4th and final arrow. Made every single one count. Kermit's going to be finishing 4th overall with a 136.46.
Yeah, fantastic run from all 4 of our runners. It is definitely this was definitely a good one. Like I said before, it could have went either way.
So, GG's both teams. I believe they're joining us now. They should be joining us. While we wait for them to hop over, WJPDTB is going to be facing Pug Trio next week for our Fad Keys. That's going to be a fun one to watch. And Team Hime is going to be going against Noble Foxes for Fad Keys.
Yeah, for those of you that weren't aware of what Fad Keys are, Fad Keys is basically fixed all dungeon key sanity, where the castle tower key is in its fixed location of being in the castle tower. So you don't have to search everywhere for it.
But we are joined by Willard and JP, our winners today. GG, congrats on the 2-0 this week.
Woo! Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that was a fun one to watch, especially how you guys kind of like ended almost at the exact same time. Unfortunately, JP did take the unfortunate death to Ganon. But no, that was a fun one to watch, you guys. Any takeaways? Anything you guys would have done different?
I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, of course, Eastern Palace having nothing, it would have been nice to not have gone in there early. But I kind of felt bad about how late we got. Boy, it saved us from doing any of the mitts checks. Really,
True.
kind of worked out in our favor.
Last location mitts is almost always good, especially when they lead to your go mode, of course. But,
yeah. We got to save a good chunk of time skipping those. I would rather not have to do, fighter sword, green mail, 4-heart, pod, skull in the future, but I did it and I didn't die, so it worked out, so I can't complain too much.
Oh man, you definitely gave us a really fun moth fight to watch. Like, because unfortunately, at the same time you were doing that, Kermit was dying to moth. It was like,
oh really?
Yeah, no, it was unfortunate because here you are just swinging your hammer, just hitting it every single time. And then, unfortunately, Kermit was having some issues. Speaking of Kermit, we're being joined now by Dragonstrike and Kermit. GG. How you guys feeling after that one?
Oh no.
Yeah,
GG's, guys.
I can resonate with this salt with my last week race. Like, there was a lot of mistakes that I've done that I still feel salty about.
If you want to feel any better, go watch my terrible Ice Palace.
I don't know. We made so many mistakes, and I don't know how often I died. At least 5 or 6 times, probably. I was so nervous. I don't know.
That's fine though. I mean, it happens. You said you were nervous in the chat beforehand, and a few more of these, and hopefully everything will be a lot easier for you in the future. Now,
What was your loadout for pod and skull? Were you kind of in the same? Because I had fighter sword, green mail, 4 hearts for both dungeons.
Same. Fighter sword, yes. I honestly don't remember. My brain was so far away after the first few mistakes. You can ask Dragon. I asked so many weird and stupid questions.
Yeah.
It's kind of the challenge of, I mean, just in general, like if you make a mistake or take a death, then it's really easy to make another one right after. That's kind of what happened to JP. He misread our notes and thought the flute was on Zora Ledge, and so he's outside grabbing a blue rupee and then realizing he's 250 rupees short.
So
that led him into Ice Palace, where he's like, I didn't hit the switch because he was too busy talking about the flute.
we were wondering because JP was going to Zora. I'm like, oh no, he doesn't have the money. And we were like, oh crap. And then Hub was like, wait, what was on Ledge again? Was it money? And then we see JP pick up the 5 rupees. Like, well, it's 5 more rupees than I had a second ago.
Yeah.
No.
Did you guys? I guess you guys just never went to Ice Rock Cave this seed.
Nope.
Yeah, they once Kermit found Dark World access, they dipped out before doing the rest of South Shore, which, yeah, that's where you guys' Tempered Sword was Ice Rock Cave.
Did you check Lumberjack?
Yeah. But we didn't get it. I don't know.
Yeah, no one decided to do early Castle Tower to get the Lumberjack sword. This one.
JP considered it, but then we found the Ice Rod Cave one because you went up, you did Hera before you actually even got Moon Pearl, right, JP?
Yeah.
So when he had the boots, I was like, well, either go to Desert after Moldorn or go to Ice Rod Cave and do some Zora checks. So once he got that sword, it kind of worked out for me later because I wanted to go get that sword and then do Zora checks, and then we found the flute. So the routing ended up paying off in the end. The one thing I didn't like at the end was my GT routing and then my Meyer routing, because I had a huge lead on JP, and then all of a sudden we're like neck and neck.
I did make the call that you guys were probably racing at the very end.
full clearing both those dungeons was awful, but yeah, right. It was other than just the low percent stuff, it was a pretty was a pretty okay seed. Mitts and Spike Cave for both of our races this week.
Oh yeah, it happened in both.
All right. So as I was saying before, Willard and JP, you guys are going against Pug Trier next week. Who's racing? Who's going against who? Have you guys already talked about that amongst the teams?
Yep. JP's sitting out this week. I'll be duking it out with Solsky while DT's going to be taking on Andy. So.
Oh, that's going to be some very hype matchups. So keep an eye out on those. Kermit and Hub, I do believe you guys are against Noble Foxes. Who are
Hubs
you
against Noble Foxes?
Oh my goodness!
Not Hubs, I mean Dragonstrike.
Scaring me here.
Sorry, 4 screens, brain fried. What's up?
Week 2 was keys, right?
Fat keys. Yeah, fat keys.
Yeah, no thanks. Have
So Ravis and Dragonstrike, my bad.
Yup.
Have you guys already talked about the matchups and who's doing what?
Yeah, I will race against Nobley and Ray will against Hayfield, I believe.
Oh yeah. No, so these are all hype matchups. Again, every team in the Invitational is stacked. Yeah, well, Willard and
This
JP.
division is nuts. This division, I think this is probably the most stacked division out of any of them in this side, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, both of your races were 3 minutes or less apart from each other. I mean, it could have easily gone either way.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't take any team out of the running yet. There's still 6 tough weeks ahead of all teams.
We're gonna have like 4 teams finish 7-7 by the end of the divisional season.
Yeah.
Man, if y'all thought week 1 was intense, man, we got a whole set of 6 weeks of nonstop, high octane invitational action of this race.
Oh man! Anything, guys, you want to plug before we wrap things up?
Thanks to Willard and JP. It's always a pleasure to race against you.
Yeah.
And good luck in
guys.
the next weeks.
Yeah,
you guys
GG
too.
as well. Good luck to you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
we
luck.
kind of need it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck to all the runners. I want to thank Poolflow again for allowing this restream to happen. I want to thank Jaxie and Cool Cup. Words hard. Anyway, thank our trackers. I want to thank Hub for joining me today. And yeah, anything you want to finish things off with, Hub?
Not as much, but yes, do give our runners a follow on their respective channels. They have done a fantastic job of giving us a very entertaining race today. And as you said, the trackers are Restreamer, Cool Papa Bell, Jaxie, and Poolflow. Do give a follow to our Restreamers for blessing us with this, with the work needed to do to get this restream going of today's match. Also, give a follow to your fellow commentators.
Yep.
I know y'all like my co-commentator more than I do, so do give him more follows than I do.
Anyway, we do need to hop out here because we do have another race starting in 10 minutes, so stay tuned for more league action. Good night, all.
See you next race.